Chapter 4: The Network is the Weapon. The whispers were evolving. They were no longer just taunts and insults. They were directives, suggestions, subtle nudges pushing Alex towards certain actions. "Go for a walk, Alex," they'd murmur. "It's a beautiful night." Or, "Check your email, Alex. There's something important waiting for you." At first he resisted, recognizing the manipulation. But the whispers were persistent, insidious, wearing down his resolve. He'd find himself walking to the park, even though he had no desire to go. He'd open his email, even though he knew it was probably just another piece of targeted harassment. He realized the whispers weren't just about psychological torment, they were about control. They were testing him, probing his defenses, learning how to manipulate him. And the more he resisted, the more intense they became. Alex started to see the network not just as a collection of interconnected computers, but as a weapon, a tool for mass manipulation. Every click, every search, every post he made online was being monitored, analyzed, used against him. The algorithms weren't just serving him targeted ads, they were feeding him information, shaping his perceptions, subtly influencing his thoughts and beliefs. He began to meticulously document his experiences, recording the whispers, noting the coincidences, tracing the connections. He created a secure, encrypted database, storing all his research, his observations, his fears. He knew he was being watched, that his every move online was being tracked, but he had to take the risk. He had to gather evidence, to build a case against the people who were targeting him. He discovered that the whispers often mirrored his online activity. If he researched a particular topic, the whispers would suddenly start to comment on it, offering insights, alternative perspectives, subtly steering him towards certain conclusions. It was as if they were reading his mind, anticipating his every move. He started to use a VPN, a virtual private network, to mask his IP address and encrypt his internet traffic. He switched to a privacy-focused browser, disabling tracking cookies and other data collection tools. He even considered going completely offline, disconnecting from the network entirely. But he knew that wasn't a solution. The whispers were in his head. They followed him everywhere. Disconnecting from the internet wouldn't make them go away. He realized the network wasn't just a tool for the ATG. It was the ATG. It was the nervous system of their operation, the conduit for their mind control technology. The whispers weren't just voices in his head. They were signals, data streams being transmitted directly to his brain. He started to research the infrastructure of the internet, the vast network of servers, routers, and cables that connected the world. He learned about the NSA's massive surveillance programs, the data centers that stored billions of emails, phone calls, and internet searches. He wondered if the ATG was somehow connected to these programs, if they were using the government's surveillance infrastructure to carry out their own mind control operations. He began to suspect that the network wasn't just about surveillance, it was about control. It was about shaping public opinion, manipulating elections, silencing dissent. It was about creating a world where everyone was connected, everyone was watched, everyone was controlled. Alex felt a growing sense of dread. He was trapped in the network, a fly caught in a spider's web. He knew he had to find a way to break free, to expose the truth about the ATG and their network of control. But he also knew that it would be a dangerous game. They were powerful, they were ruthless, and they wouldn't hesitate to silence anyone who threatened their agenda. As he sat in his darkened apartment, the hum vibrating through his body, the whispers taunting him, Alex knew that he was fighting a battle for his own mind, a battle for the very soul of the internet. And he was determined to win, no matter the cost.